Good evening and welcome to Millbrae. Thank you for joining us. And perfect conditions in the southwest of Scotland for this first game of the weekend in round 2 of the FOSROC Super Series Sprint as two of the biggest rivals in Super Series Rugby lock horns once again as last year's Sprint winners, the Ayrshire Bulls, take on 2022 winners, Watsonians Rugby.
Okay, time on please.
Here we go.
Well, a referee this evening, Finlay Brown, assisted by Johnny Perriam and Rog McDowell, blows a whistle to get the game underway.
Mike, stay there.
Again, the overthrow by Parry, and it's been snapped up by the Ayrshire Bulls. And it was James Malcolm who capitalised on the mistake by his opposite number. And he goes over for his 5th try in 2 games. David McCartney, who kicked 4 conversions last weekend.
What is the issue?
Unsuccessful though on this occasion, so unable to add the extra. Kershaw this time into the arms of Ryan Coetzer. Heads off infield, tackled on the Bulls 22, back they come to the right. And Dom Coetzer taken down inside the 22, but Watsonians playing with pace. Nice tip on by Bobby Bratton. Nice interplay here between the Watsonians, backs and forwards. And the ball dropped off to Lewis Berg. Angles off to his left and still fighting his way forward, and he has somehow got himself over the try line. The Watsonians outside centre levels the scores here. That was a lovely play by Watsonians, all came from the goal line dropout. Initially Ryan Coetzer with the carry, and then they played quickly from the breakdown, too quickly for the Ayrshire Bulls defence to get themselves set, and it's Lewis Berg, the Watsonians outside centre, who goes in for their first score of the evening. Takes his time over it, catches it nicely, and up go the flags. The Watsonians lead by 2. And set piece really has been the issue for Watsonians. Better scrum. The Bulls forced to play away, and Jamie Shedden just crashes into and through contact. Quick ball for Rhys Cullen, and then Blair McPherson coming at pace. Lewis McNamara continuing the good work of Shedden and McPherson. Away goes Kershaw, finds Cullen, Mason Cullen on the left wing, who races in for the try in the left corner. All from the Ayrshire Bulls scrum. Big carry by Jamie Shedden initially, Blair McPherson, McNamara involved, and then through the hands out to Mason Cullen, and he goes in for the Ayrshire Bulls' 2nd try. David McCartney from just about as difficult a position as he could be in out on the left touchline. It seemed to be well directed, but the flags stay down. We've seen plenty of ball this evening on that left wing. Jason Baggett just looking for space. Well, Blair McPherson, the captain, was down getting some treatment, saw the ball coming, just stood up, nonchalantly grabbed the ball above his head. That's a lovely offload as well into the hands of Dave McCartney, who's off. Ball popped over the top to Lewis McNamara by Robert Beattie, and still with the Ayrshire Bulls, and it will be Andy Stirrett who goes in for the try. Just brilliant by the Ayrshire Bulls. It's Andy Stirrett, the outside centre, to go in.
He's up and he's all right now. He'll be happy with that. He was the one that started it off, actually snatched a quick turnover and offload in their own half. Rewind a bit, but this is one for the highlight reel. A lot of players involved, so it gives Bulls early field position.
You see a change on your screen there, Robbie Orr on for David McCartney. And the Ayrshire Bulls charging forward towards the line. Watsonians desperately trying to keep them at bay. Appeals from the Bulls players down in front of us as Watsonians tried to stop that one. Looked like they were going to take it down, but Rory Jackson, the man to come up with the ball. Lewis Berg and Dom Coetzer, the other try scorers against Heriots, but the ball knocked on. And away goes Cullen. And he will score. Rhys Cullen, former Scotland Sevens player, huge amount of pace, and he just races away. And Watsonians losing the ball as they look to attack down the right flank, and Rhys Cullen races away, and that is 3 quick-fire tries for the Ayrshire Bulls, and they now lead by 32 points to 7. Ayrshire Bulls just setting up camp inside the 22. Beattie makes a dart for the line.
Not now, you've lost it.
Pass
from
McPherson.
There,
Johnson again just using the forwards. The Bulls keeping things tight. Backs strung across now to the right-hand side. The ball just dropped off into the arms of Marcus Kershaw. And he just goes through a half tackle, the Bulls full-back. And they are in for another try. McPherson just picks, loose to drive over himself.
Advantage.
Just short. And referee's still playing an advantage. Johnson out, then.
It's not a penalty try, there's clear cover of a number of defenders, but it's cynical deliberate knock on 5 metres out.
Already incredibly hard to defend. Watsonians look like they've dropped a player. Is that Seb Cecil, I think, standing under the posts? But they've been marched towards the try line. Referee playing an advantage. Dominant Bulls scrum again. Quagga van Niekerk tries to disrupt the pick by his opposite number, Blair McPherson, but unable to do so. And the Ayrshire Bulls captain piles over for the 8th try of the evening. The clock over on the far side showing 40 minutes. We're into added time here. One last chance for the Bulls to hit the 50-point mark.
Thank you.
Well, there's the first part of the equation. Taken at the front of the line out. And then Alex Maguire. However, forward pass. Now the referee, Finlay Brown, has seen enough. Blows for full time.
What's up, Jake?
And a great evening's work for the Ayrshire Bulls. Watsonians had their noses in front after the first 26 minutes, but since then it's been all the Bulls as they scored 8 tries in a very dominant performance. And they have run out winners by 46 points to 7 here at Millbrae.
Good afternoon and welcome to Bridge Hall for this second round match in the FOSROC Sprint Series. Onto the pitch are the visitors this afternoon. Heriots fresh from their victory over local rivals Watsonians last weekend by 39 points to 21. You got me, mate. Good strong running towards halfway there by the experienced campaigner Jason Hill. That's got the visiting supporters excited there, but the ricochet, and it comes back now towards the winger. Away he goes. He's going to be in underneath the posts, and that was a cute bit of play. Richmond was trying to play the ball. A grubber kick and put a little bit of elevation onto it, but on came Ross McKnight and a raid of knots then. He had a lot to do. He was looking to his right all the time to ensure that he was not going to be caught there. Ross McKnight though in for the opening score. James Pow the last to join the line. Roberts' throw finds Pow. Elevated quite nicely there. Jackson. Stirling again just on the edge of the halfway line, and once more McKnight making a real nuisance of himself, playing the ball well off the deck there and on into the hands there of Mackenzie Duncan. Duncan still has it. Oh, wonderful running from Duncan. Can he score? He certainly can. His first start, and Duncan is mobbed by his teammates, and he'll remember this moment at Bridge Hall. And again, Holden's kick adds the extras, so 2 converted tries, and Stirling Rose lead by 14 points to 0. Still slow moving at the moment as some reinforcements coming into this Heriots Mall, and they're directing it ever closer towards that Stirling Wolves line. Stirling Wolves players just reorganising their defensive duties. Heriots again pressing and probing, and they're trying to cross the line. The referee raising the arm. I think it may well have been Jamie Campbell, the lock forward, who lunged towards the line. And Heriots do have a score on the board on the stroke of half-time. 14-5 with the kick to come to make the half-time score 14-7. Ball in flight, it's a clean strike, it's accurate, it's 2 points, and the referee blows for half time.
Yeah, bring the noise, boys, bring the noise!
So the second half gets underway with Stirling Wolves, and the kick-off, remember, they're protecting a 14-7 lead. Up then by the number 8, Edward Hasdall, looking again to straighten up Davy in immediately, looking at his options there. Once more Stirling just looking to reorganise. They've won the penalty though. So 2 minutes into the second half, 2.5 minutes to be precise. Marcus Holden with a penalty goal to extend Stirling Wolves' lead to 17 points to 7. Marcus Holden then with this penalty goal right plumb on the 10-metre line, pretty much straight in front of the sticks, but obvious 4 kicks so far, this the 4th, the most difficult from long range, a swirling wind just across the pitch, but he's landed an absolute beauty, a long range penalty goal, his second penalty goal in this second half, extending Stirling Wolves' lead 20 points to 7 now the scoreline. McCara now looking to mop up the replacement scrum half, has it now, on then once more towards Fenton. Fenton with eyes on that 5-metre line in Italy, picked up again by McCara, and through they go, and it's Duncan Hood who crashes over just to the right of that right-hand post. Richmond, simplest of tasks, 2 converted tries for Heriots, so looking to reorganise and regroup just on the edge of the 22. Momentum of the attack has dropped just ever so slightly, but still their possession of the ball and looking to ship it now from Holden, out then towards Mackenzie Duncan. Duncan then on the angle with the offload towards McKnight, and McKnight just on the shoulder, and the 2 first half try scorers are linking up, and he touches down underneath the sticks. Holden so far 2 conversions, 2 penalties, make that 3 conversions. Ball is now on the tee, of course. Marcus Holden has left the field of play, but it's a chance now for Craig Jackson to add some points on the board to his own tally for the season. So 34-14 the scoreline. Jackson then to extend Stirling Wolves' advantage. A clean strike, but wide off the post, so it remains 34-14.
Sammy, go! Go, Sammy!
Picked up again though by McGee. And then towards the outside centre, Ryan Southern up towards the edge of the 22. There's the timing of the pass, and it's going to be McGee in for try number 5. The centre again breaking ground through the Heriots defence. And hips. Couple of steps, and this time he makes it count. And Wolves break the 40-point barrier. 41 points to 14 the scoreline. Once again looking for some inroads into those final 5 metres, preventing them from scoring a 3rd try. 2 converted tries on the board. They changed direction again through the hands of Richmond. Out the side door, they're going to be in the corner, and I think the touchdown, the referee raising the arm. A fine score right at the very finish there. Picked up again by Duncan Hood, and suddenly some real urgency in this Heriots play as Cammy Fenton again tries to devour some ground into that 22. Back it comes again through the hands of Richmond, the fly half, out towards the left-hand side, prodded forward just a little bit too much on the kick. The referee puts whistle to mouth and blows for full time. An excellent afternoon's play in this FOSROC Sprint Series match here at Bridgehawk.
And good afternoon, welcome to the Green Yard, the home of Melrose Rugby Club, but more importantly for us this afternoon, the Southern Knights, who host the Boroughmuir Bears in round 2 of the 2024 FOSROC Super Series Sprint. Our referee just making sure we've got the requisite number of players on the field, and it's going to be young fly half George Paul who gets the game underway. Referee's whistle goes and the ball is in the air. Beveridge, the man who's receiving treatment, is the one going to feed that scrummage, and the ball is fed in at the feet of Liam Habib, and Boroughmuir look to move the ball into the narrow channel on the right hand side of the contact, but that's been lost, and Southern Knights, I don't know how they managed to do that, but they've lost it, and Southern Knights have got hands on it. The ball is in the air from Callum Davidson, taken cleanly by Matt Reid, who's into space, and he's into that 22. Wolfenden manages to slow him down, doesn't exactly bring him down to ground. Robeson, little chip through from the inside centre, that ball is bouncing, that's into the hands of left wing Rowan Stewart, And the man from Biggar goes in at the corner, and that is the first score of the afternoon. So the scores, with about 18 minutes gone here at the Green Yard, is Southern Knights 0 and Boroughmuir Bears 5. Back inside to the big back row, Bertie Taylor, but defence is still strong, and they're coming up very quickly on Boroughmuir on that right hand side. Robeson's a strong man, and he fends off the Knights defender that got in front of him, just pushed him away, made that ball available. Back to Paul, moves it on to very active Ewan Guy, and into space is his back row partner Bertie Taylor, who just sprints away from the Southern Knights defence, scores wide on the right hand side, just about in the corner. And it is George Paul who strikes it right footed. It's in the air, it's heading for the posts, but just drifts across the front. So again, not successful. Ball moved on to Wolfenden, moves it on to outside centre Adam Hall. Wolfenden, well, it isn't Wolfenden, that is Callum Grieve that moves it on to McNish. Big hitch kick, 2 steps inside, ball's available. It's on to Grieve, out to the right hand side, and that is Finn Douglas who gets in for the Southern Knights try, and that came after a concerted period of pressure where the forwards tried to knock the door down. They couldn't quite get the door knocked down, and then when the ball came out wide, it was a Melrose boy, Edinburgh Academy, in the air. That's a great kick. What a great kick. And the assistant referee's flags go in the air to indicate that Callum Grieve was successful, and the score is 7 to the Southern Knights, 10 to the Boroughmuir Bears. And Wolfenden is pretty aggressive. They can scent the fact that they, or smell the fact that they are right back in this game. 7-10 down as we go towards half time, after having spent a considerable period on the wrong end. And that's a lovely try. He's been one of the standout players last week, and this week everything he's done has been full of aggression and full of intensity, and that was inside centre Scott Robeson, who flew through the defence, found by Beveridge, and that is a try under the posts for the inside centre for the Boroughmuir Bears. Finlay Scott, 2 hands on the ball above his head. Coburn's the dummy, the ball's in the air, taken down by second row Angus Runciman. And Southern Knights group around Runciman and drive towards that Boroughmuir try line. Far side from us, they look like they're across that line. Can they get the ball down? And the referee is right there, but it's not down yet. They are literally half the ball is over the line, half isn't, and that is the try. And a referee was in a good position to see that going down, and we'll have to wait to see who comes up with the ball. And was it still the second row Runciman who had that ball when he went down? It's impossible for us to tell from here, I'll be perfectly honest. But anyway, a team try, a forwards try for the Southern Knights. And this will be, I think it'll be McNish, is it McNish or Grieve who's got that ball? Grieve, I think it is. He's just looking at the post, steps forward, strikes it right footed. That's a lovely kick again. What a superb kick. And we've got to half time at the Green Yard, under pressure from young scrum half Zach Gray, and that ball is out to the right wing, back inside to Zach Gray, not Zach Gray, I beg your pardon, Hector Patterson. So it's Hector Patterson who gets over the line. That ball is beautifully played back inside to Hector Patterson, who gets over the line, and that is the first try of the second half, and a well-worked try by the Southern Knights. And Callum Grieve just composes himself. Opportunity of taking Southern Knights further ahead. Lovely kick. Has it got the direction? And it has. And that is straight through the middle. So Grieve, who's got his kicking boots on this afternoon, gets the extras. And we've got a game where Southern Knights 21, Boroughmuir Bears 17. And that is a lovely kick by Callum Grieve. Struck that beautifully right out of the ground. It's got into one of the gardens, one of those beautiful houses behind the Green Yards. And we've now got a lead for Southern Knights, 24-17. Ball is on the floor. Patterson trying to free it up. It's going to be at the hands of Coburn. Moves it on to McNish. Out to Grieve. It's move wide on the right hand side of the field. A change of direction comes as it's moved back inside to Angus Runciman. Spins twice, spins 3 times, still heading towards the line. He's across the line. That's a try for the big second row, and Southern Knights moved the ball wide to the right-hand side, couldn't get over in that right-hand corner, but as they used the big forwards, Runciman took that ball and was hit 3-4 times, spun in the tackle, eventually managed to force his way over. That's a great try by Southern Knights, and it's going to take something absolutely exceptional for Southern Knights to give up their lead now at the end of this game at the Green Yard. Grieve strikes that ball beautifully, straight through the middle. That was never going to miss. And Southern Knights get beyond the 30-point barrier. They lead Boroughmuir Bears 31-17. And Grieve puts the ball on the tee, on the 15-metre line where it crosses the 10-metre line, the Boroughmuir 10-metre line on the right-hand side. Crowd goes quiet here at the Green Yard. Callum Grieve just concentrates on the ball, looks up at the posts, steps forward, strikes it right-footed. He's give that the hammer. He's give that the hammer. What a lovely kick. What a great kick. And that kick finishes the game and what's been an enjoyable afternoon of rugby here in Melrose.